Hi, my sun rays. It's your girl Twan. And y'all know I always try to be as transparent with you guys as much as possible. So this morning I got up, went to use the restroom, start getting dressed, to get on my Peloton bike, and I noticed I felt kind of funny. So I said, I had this little feeling, and I said, ooh, I hope nothing's wrong with my blood pressure. Let me check my blood pressure, because I remember talking to Chris and Lorraine with the downsides, and they said, Twan, when you get up in the morning, you do the exercise or stand up or something, they mentioned, if you feel a little woozy or whatever, you may want to check your blood pressure, because that happened to Chris. They were actually moving their daughter into college, and I guess he stood up and he felt kind of woozy and had to sit down, and it was his blood pressure. They ended up lowering his medicine. And I know my doctor, she asked me when I went last week, have I been checking my blood pressure? And I said, yes. I don't check it every day. I may check it, 3 times a week, but it's been fine, normal range, like it always be. 138 over 80, a lot of times 138 over 82-ish, 84, sometimes it's over 78, like that. So I said, oh, maybe my blood pressure, is low. So maybe that's why I'm feeling this way. So I said, let me just go ahead and check it. So I took out the blood pressure cuff that my husband normally used, and it was high. And I was like, oh. So then I went and got this blood pressure cuff. And let me tell y'all, I ordered this blood pressure cuff, you guys, because it was the largest size that I saw different places where it was affordable. Feel like that. For the size blood pressure cuff that my provider measured my arm and said I needed, all those cuffs were very large, like over like around $100. Yeah. So just to kind of let you guys know, I have a large arm. It still is very large. I have lost several inches since I've been working out, but it was very large. And I remember going to the doctor's office, and they used to take my blood pressure with one of those really big, like, thigh cuffs that you put on your thigh. Yeah, that's how I used to take my blood pressure. Or really, really extra, extra large cuff. But yeah, so when she told me what size I was going to need, I was like, I'm not paying all that. I'm working out. I'll just give it some time. I'll lose some weight, and then I'll be able to wear the extra large cuff, which this is the extra large cuff. Well, I believe it's 23 inches, I believe. When I first got it, you guys, I could not. Yeah, this goes up to 21 inches. And she said I needed 23 inches. This is an extra large cuff, which goes up to 21 inches, if you can see it. I could not wear this cuff, you guys, up here, because my arm was larger than 23 inches at the time. I just want to show you guys now that this morning I took this one out. Some told me, say, go get the other cuff and just take it and see what happens. And to my surprise, I can wear this up here now. Some of you may say, Twan, why are you surprised? You're doing such a great job losing weight. There's no need to be surprised. Girl, you fine. Let me just show you. So I'm able to pull it up. Look at all this extra room right here, guys. Look at all this extra. So now I'm like, I need to measure my arm and see what my arm is now. Look at all that. I can wrap that all the way around there. I've lost a lot of inches in my arm. I don't know how many, but I'm happy about it. I'm excited. I am going to check my blood pressure while I am here, talking to you all. I just super excited because I'm just happy I can wear this blood pressure cuff. And I guess that takes my mind off of that my blood pressure was high this morning. So yeah, I laid in the bed this morning, you guys, and my husband, he was already in the bed with his legs elevated because he just had a surgical procedure and they told him to keep his legs elevated. So he had elevated the bed so that his legs was high. So I said, I'm gonna lay down with you, and because when you elevate your legs, it helps lowers your blood pressure. So I'm just gonna get back in the bed and just relax a little bit. I took my blood pressure medicine, then I laid down with my husband for a few minutes, and then I checked my blood pressure again, and I believe it was within like 10 minutes or so, my blood pressure went down a little bit. So I don't know, you guys, exactly what it was or what caused my blood pressure to be high. I don't know if it was a phentermine because I've been taking it over a month now and I haven't had any issues. But I don't know, maybe it just took that long for it to gradually increase it. But I want to share this with you. Something said, Twan, you drank a whole bottle of kombucha yesterday. Because it puzzled me, you guys, that kombucha turns into alcohol. I didn't know that. I was reading the bottle. I went and purchased these from Publix. I got 2 of them. And I picked up this brand because it says it's women owned. Woman owned. Women owned. It's owned by women. And it had a really good taste to it, but this is the one I had yesterday. This is the passion fruit with red clover. The one I had yesterday, you guys, was hibiscus tea. It was really good. And I drank the whole bottle. It was 16 ounces. And here's another one just like it. The reason I picked this one up is because this one, for the whole entire bottle, is only 70 calories. 70 calories, 14 grams of sugar, 16 carbs. I said, well, that's not bad. And at first I was like, I just drank half a bottle. But then I was like, no, I'm just going to drink the whole bottle. And the reason why I want to drink the whole bottle is because I had constipation really bad for 2 days. I had not had a bowel movement in 2 days. And the last time I had some kombucha, within, I think, 2 hours, I went to the bathroom. Had a really good bowel movement. So I said, well, I'll just drink the whole bottle and let's just see what happens. Well, I don't know if the kombucha helped raise my blood pressure. Because when you read this, it tells you to beware that kombucha is traditionally, it has a lot of alcohol in it. So if you're trying to avoid alcohol, it says be careful with this. And so I started researching a little bit as I was laying in bed this morning. And I ran across a few articles. And all of them basically were saying the same thing, that, don't consume more than 4 ounces a day of kombucha because of the alcohol in it, and that it can increase your heart rate, your blood pressure. It can increase your blood pressure. And I was like, oh wow, I just drank 16 ounces of kombucha yesterday. That's 4 times the amount, the recommended amount. So I'm like, I wonder if that's what caused my blood pressure to increase. I don't know, I'm not sure. And then last night I didn't go to bed until like around 11ish, and then I was up at 5. So my husband was like, well, it could have been that you didn't sleep, get much sleep last night, because we were watching a football game. And after the game, you just watch the news and stuff like that. And yeah, I was on social media a little bit. I didn't go right to bed, so I don't know if all of that had something to do with it. I'm not sure. I did read an article, several articles, and one of them was on the Mayo Clinic that says don't take your blood pressure first thing in the morning when you first wake up, between 5 and 6, because it says that your blood pressure can be elevated, during that time. A lot of different things. It's said because of the adrenaline and different things that's going on in your body, your hormones and stuff when you first wake up, it can cause your blood pressure to be elevated between 5 and 6 in the morning. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I started researching what is a safe blood pressure to exercise. Because, your blood pressure is going to elevate when you exercise, especially doing cardio. And I don't want to get in here with high blood pressure already elevated, and then I start exercising and I elevate it even more. That can be very dangerous. So that's why I laid down and just relaxed. But make a long story short, I believe, let me make sure because I don't want to, I believe they said you can still exercise if your blood pressure is high as long as you're in the range of 200 for systolic and 115 for diastolic, I believe. Let me make sure. According to the American College of Sports Medicine, recommends stopping exercise if your blood pressure ranges 250 over 115, or if you experience a 10 mmHg drop in systolic blood pressure with increased workout. Okay, so here it goes. If your blood pressure is 180 over 100, you should speak to your doctor before starting a new exercise. If your blood pressure is 200 over 110, you should not start any new activity and you should visit a doctor as soon as possible. What blood pressure is too high for exercise? It says that if your blood pressure is 200 over 110 or above, don't exercise. So I wasn't there, but I still wanted to make it safe. So I just skipped my exercise altogether. So yeah, I want to be safe. Better be safe than sorry. So I just said, no exercise for me this morning. Let me just relax this morning. I'll get up and, eat breakfast, start my day. I would check my blood pressure throughout the day. And then, if I'm fine, I will go ahead and walk on my breaks today. And then after work, I'll go ahead and I'll do the bicycle then. Or I may just relax for the day. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. But anyway, I am going to go ahead and check my blood pressure now just to see how it is. Okay. (143 over 84, pulse 68. Okay, that's a lot better. A whole lot better than what it was earlier. It was scary earlier. So I just wanted to share this with you guys because, we're doing such a great job with exercising, making sure we're eating properly. But we got to check this blood pressure. This is a dangerous thing. High blood pressure is a silent killer. And we have to be so very careful with our blood pressure. Especially me. My father suffered a stroke because of high blood pressure. He didn't know he had high blood pressure. Yeah. My father come home one day from work in the gym. He had gone worked out. And he come home, and they said some teenagers was outside shooting, I guess a BB gun, and they shot his mailbox or something. They say my dad went outside yelling and screaming at those teenagers, and he went into the house. His father, my grandfather, lived next door to him, and he was up in age, elderly man. So my dad would check on him every day, throughout the day. Because my dad had his own business, so he was able, to check on his dad like that, throughout the day. And he had checked on him and everything, I guess, before he went in the house. Well, 3 days, my grandfather had not seen my dad. He knew something was wrong. So he had some teenagers to break in the house to check on him or something. And they found my dad on the floor. Yeah, he had took a shower and everything, and he was on the floor. And he was in a coma for a couple of months, like comatose stage for a couple of months. He had suffered a stroke, and he was diagnosed with vascular dementia after the fact. They said my dad would not live. If he lived, they say he would be in the vegetative state. Doctors said they had never seen a case like that before when we went to see my dad. The first time, he had been in the hospital like 3 months when we finally went to see him the first time. And he was laying in the bed, comatose stage. He didn't know we were there, just laying there, asleep. I think I was about 14 years old when that happened. Yeah. 14, 15, something. I might have been 13. I was a teenager. Well, a year later, we went back to see him. No. A year after his incident, we went back to see him. And my dad was up walking, just coming from physical therapy, and I just cried. Because I was a daddy's girl. I just cried. I was just so happy. But those doctors and everything they told us, the reason he lived and was not in a vegetative state and was up walking and everything was because of him being in good health as far as physical health. Because my dad was a professional bodybuilder. He was part ownership of a gym back in our hometown, and he used to help train a lot of like football players and things like that, collegiate sports. So my dad was very muscular built, and he worked out all the time and things like that. And his nutrition, regimen and things helped him so much. But what my dad did not know is that hypertension was hereditary. His dad had hypertension. It ran in his father's family side. So because my dad was so healthy, he never got sick. He wasn't on any medications or anything. He didn't know he had high blood pressure. Had no idea. So that's why I have to be really careful, you guys. I have to be really careful. My dad lived a very normal life for several years. Probably about a good 20 years after his stroke. He did everything for himself. Only thing, it messed up his reading ability. But he can sure count that money. He didn't stop him from counting that money. This just give me some time to reflect on my dad right now, y'all. Yeah, but they said the only reason why he was still strong like that was because of all the muscle mass that he had in his body and stuff like that. And then several years later, 2020, I lost my mom. She had high blood pressure as well. She suffered a stroke, but her stroke was due to AFib. She had developed atrial fibrillation, which caused a blood clot to go up to her vessels in her, or her arteries in her head, somewhere, I don't know. That's what they think what happened. And she suffered a stroke, and she didn't make it. We had to take off life support 3 days after the incident. But yeah, so it's hereditary for me. So I'm making sure I'm doing what I need to do to be safe. Although I know I'm losing weight. Most people who have lost the amount of weight I have lost, they're not on blood pressure medicines anymore, or either they have been cut down. Mine hasn't been cut down yet. So I have to be careful. I took my medicine this morning and my blood pressure is still what it was, 143 over 84. That's kind of, a little still high, because normally it'd be like 138-ish. I don't know, maybe because I'm nervous right now. I'm talking to y'all. I don't know. But yeah, it's way better than what it was. And then, I don't know about y'all, but this machine is loud, isn't it? It's loud. But yeah, I just want to share that with you guys, because I know that I'm African American. And according to statistics, African Americans have a very high rate of hypertension, heart disease. So I know that there's a lot of African Americans that I'm talking to right now. So please be careful, my sister, my brother. Please be careful. Make sure you're checking your blood pressure. This is going to make me check my blood pressure more, because it's been a long time since I had that feeling that my blood pressure is high. While on this weight loss journey, I've had the feeling that my blood pressure is high, because I just kind of had that little woozy feeling, and I'll just lay back down in the bed in the morning. This was when I was, going outside walking, so this is not the first time, and this was way before I had even started Wegovy or phentermine that I've, felt this way before. So I just have to really make sure I'm watching my sodium intake. And this kombucha right here, I got one bottle left because I only brought 2. I'm going to make sure I don't drink it today. I'm going to not drink it for a couple of days, because I want to, kind of watch myself to kind of see exactly what's going on. But when I do drink it, it's going to be 4 ounces. Okay? No more than 4. With that being said, you guys, I am not going to take my phentermine today. I am just going to relax, take it easy, watch my blood pressure, see how it goes. Tomorrow morning, I'll see how I feel, check my blood pressure as well, just to see how things is going. That will determine whether or not if I exercise tomorrow morning. I don't know, you guys, but I'll let you guys know. I will definitely give you an update. But don't worry about your girl, okay? I'm going to be fine. God is in control, okay? I'm not going to worry about this, because if I'm going to worry, then I'm going to stress myself out. I am just going to pray and just relax. No need to worry if I'm praying, right? So with that being said, you guys, I am going to end this video, because I am going to log in to start working. Y'all have a God bless day. I love you all with the agape love of Jesus Christ.